Yeah,
Like I said, old man time.
right. Way back when.
Way back when. That's not even vanilla WoW. That's that's the first expansion moment.
Right. Ooh. So there's one. I don't know if this is the final one or not. Called Titan's Thunder. Discharge a massive jolt of electricity from Titan Strike into all of your pets and dire beasts, causing them to deal up to range attack damage time with a calculation, nature damage to their target every 1 second for 8 seconds.
Nice.
So you basically empower your... And so I guess with...
You give them shock ability.
Yeah, so basically with Beastmaster, it seems like it's not just about your pet. Like, a lot of it's about your pet and then summoning other pets to join in the fun.
Yeah.
So it's basically about hitting them with multiple
Very
animals.
cool.
So your pet's going to do probably almost more damage than you will.
Well, I mean, Beastmaster is about sharing the love.
Yeah.
It's not so very much not about you doing all the damage. It's the pet was doing just as much as you were.
Yes.
Oh.
But yeah, so there's
Little factoid.
Little
for
factoid, yep.
Who cares? But I actually leveled as a marksman for all of vanilla, I think.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I leveled as Arcane, which apparently was a dumbass thing to do.
I don't know about dumb. I don't think you can do anything in this game that's really dumb. You
No.
just do something that's not quite as good as...
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty much sure WoW invented the whole optimum play method.
Yep.
Terminology. Alright, we've almost got the whole map.
Ooh, for the achievement.
Although, there might be one in the top left corner that I need to go get.
Yeah, we have to go to the northwest of Forge Camp Fear. There's that little island. You got to go out there.
Oh, well, not that. That's not what I was talking about, but... Yeah. Hey, and there's Nezunwe's, I guess it's probably his son, though.
No, it's still... unfortunately, it's still Nezingware, I think.
Is it really?
Yep. Yeah, because remember the whole timeline thing gets kind of wonky. Yep, Nezingware.
Oh, right. Yeah. The timeline thing. I forgot about that.
There's like... Technically, right now, there's like 3 or 4 versions of Thrall kicking around. There's like...
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
Depending on where you are.
Well, for those wondering what we're talking about, if you go to the peninsula, the Jungle Peninsula there at the south end of Azeroth,
yep,
you'll find a Nezingwe camp, and that's where Nezingwe was, you know, and he'd tell you that hey, here's a bunch of monsters, go kill 50 of them, and then I'll give you this big cool thing, and so he was kind of a staple there. Now, if you at the point of this release for whatever this expansion is we're working on.
Warlords? Oh,
no.
We're working on Burning Crusade content.
Burning Crusade. He came to here, and his son was in Nezunwe's, was actually at the camp.
Yes.
Which was very interesting, in my opinion.
Yep.
And actually, even in the Frost, I want to say the Legion of the Frost, but that's not right. The next expansion. Yeah, that one. The one with the cold Viking.
Yes. Wow, that's really sad that we can't think of this.
Yeah, I know. We're getting old. But he went there, and every time he goes there, the quests are basically the same. It's go kill a ton of monsters, and I'll give you something cool. Which is, to be honest, 90% of the game. And anyway, and although, again, old man moment, but it used to be that it's like, here, go kill. It was like 30 of these one kind of monster.
Yep.
And it was really hard, and they knocked it down to what, 5?
No, I think it's
for
down
each
to like
one.
10 or 15 now.
Yeah,
It's
so
still, it's still a lot easier.
Yeah.
Wrath of the Lich King, by the way.
Wrath of the Lich King, that's right.
Yep. Yep.
It was I liked the motif. Wasn't very exciting. It was very brown and cold, which I'm just like, hey, it looked great. It was just like, okay, so it just wasn't like as colorful as a lot of this stuff.
That one was also the first one where they actually were able to play around with the phasing, so that way people could be like in the same area but not really see each other. So
right.
It kind of
and while annoying, I thought the idea was amazing.
Yeah. Well, once they got the hang of it, it was better, but it was really buggy for a long time.
Yeah.
So plus it also sucked when you were questing with people and then you realized you were on different stages of a quest and see anybody. It's like, well, that's annoying.
Come on, why aren't you triggering?
Oh, because it might be a Zangarmarsh. Oh, because it might be...
All right, so let's go to that one
Oh,
where
Zanga Ridge. It looks like you've already got. Yeah, we're in Zanga Marsh right now.
uh,
I think. I don't know.
we'll go to that island you were talking about.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, so the artifact weapons again, they
So they sound pretty cool. I mean, I've always said that heirloom gear should change as it levels up. But
oh yeah, well I think that's kind of where the artifacts came from. It's because people were in the same opinion as you, and I do think it's kind of neat. And again, the fact that every single spec has its own weapon.
yeah.
So
Is that it? Are we? Did we get everything?
No, still got that island.
So just keep going.
Yeah.
This way.
So if you look at the map, it's
There's a little island floating out in the middle of nowhere.
no. It's actually a big island. It's to the left of the Forge World's Hate and Fear.
Oh, yeah, we're over here.
Yeah, that big island there.
Okay.
Um,
Every time I move, because I don't know, I guess my camera has a self-correcting view or something, and so every time I let go, your butt shows up, and I have to. It's like if I want to see where I'm going, I get a big old birdie butt in my face.
right. So one thing I'm kind of excited about is enhancement shamans get Doomhammer.
Oh, hey, that's kind of cool sounding.
Yeah, well, it's that was Thrall's weapon.
Yes, yes.
That big ass hammer he's got.
Twilight Ridge. Is that it?
Nope, we would have gotten an achievement. So, to the achievements. Oh god, there's so many of them. Exploration, Outland. Oh. Throne of the Elements.
Throne of the Elements, which is
Yep.
to the far left.
Yes.
It's like over this section over here. Boop.
That there's that lake.
Yeah,
North
I
of
saw it over-
Garadar?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
over
there.
If I could ping it, I would,
Yep.
but I can't. So
But,
no, I mean it's I like the ideas that are going with. It's not none of it's it should be pretty cool, you know. And but unfortunately, it's really going to be the thing now where people who play already are going to keep playing. The people who played during expansions are going to come back and then stop playing. It's pretty much the cycle,
yeah.
you know, the way it is. And the ones who don't play won't. So, but people are like, oh my god, like, you know, WoW's like, oh, down to 5 million subscriptors. It must be dying. It's like, what do you mean? It's 5 million people are still paying money to play this game.
Yeah.
You know, whether they're active or not, it doesn't matter. You're still paying money. Should be interesting.
Right.
But, to be honest, I thought the weapon thing would be really up your alley. At least with the mage, at the very least. But I know it's like a rating thing, and if you
What mage thing?
aren't the weapons.
Oh, the artifact weapons?
Yeah.
No, they're not a rating thing. Everybody can get them.
Yeah, but you must have to raid at least a little bit.
Nope. Nope, I don't believe so. As far as I know, with artifact weapons, it's a self-contained scenario, so it's just you running around in there. And from what I've been told, it's actually not. It doesn't take too long to get. And from what I've also been told, or what I've also read, I should say, rather than told, you can go in and you can get the artifact weapon for all of your specs. So whenever you change spec, you can change whichever weapon applies.
Oh wow.
But you have to go in. I believe you have to go in and get them all. It's not like you get a mage artifact that changes with your spec. I think you actually have to go in and get. I think you have to go in.
I wonder where you go in and get it.
Again, I think it's a quest. It's probably one of those quests that'll either like a breadcrumb quest that'll pop up when you hit level 100 or something like that, and then you say yes, I want to do it, and then it'll pop you into an instance.
I've noticed. There we go. Is that it? No,
Nope.
not quite.
It's actually straight forward and then up.
Yeah, you gotta keep going up. Forward and up or something.
Yeah. Excuse me.
There was something in there. I remember reading something. Oh, there it is. Dum bum!
Yay.
Yay! I'll go here in front of This is actually one of the areas where you had one of the infamous go through the poop quests.
So we get to get the Nagran cherries.
Yes. Which you eat and they go swimming. What was I saying? It should be. It's like I've always enjoyed getting the expansions because it's always cool to get the new cutscenes. You know, those are never tiring. Although I still am confused with the whole timeline wonkiness that Warlords introduced.
Yeah, well, I think Warlords it wasn't so. Yeah, there was some changes that were made to the past, I guess, but not enough to actually translate forward into the future. Because like
They changed, apparently, the orcs not becoming slaves. How does that not change the future?
Right.
I mean, that's like the basis of the whole game.
Right, but my guess is that it was something that was fairly self-contained.
I guess. I don't know.
Because you're right, because there would have been changes to a lot of the timeline, but there wasn't. Because, like, you know, the Horde is still the Horde and da-da-da-da.
Yeah. Thrall is still out there having Thrall babies.
Yep. And my guess is that if they needed to, they would just explain it that the time dragons kind of kept that.
Kind of fix it.
This,
Speaking of time, this is completely off subject, except that it's not. It's except for the fact that it's dealing with time. The simple fact is that the DC Comics have 2 different television shows, right?
yes.
One of them deals specifically with people who go through time fixing things.
Oh,
That is what they do.
Was it Heroes of Tomorrow?
Heroes of Tomorrow, exactly. And then what does the Flash do? He goes back and changes something in time. So where the hell were the heroes to stop him?
Oh boy, talk about that. That would be a hell of a break. Like, I'm doing this. No, you're not.
Exactly. You're just like, and it's like, I mean, this is their job. Literally, this is what they do. Where are they?
Yeah.
You know? And this is the mate. I mean, I don't know. I know that's a whole off topic, and we'll find out come October probably.
Yeah.
Where that goes. But really, it was just a way for them to reintroduce everybody. It's just like, oh, this person's not what she was. There was this other person. Oh, this person wasn't who he was. It was this other person. Why is this person doing this? It's like because of the time change. And it's just like there's Straw Hat Dave, who has been on the show before. He was kind of ranting about how the storyline they're going for is Flashpoint.
Right.
And how he's like, the major differences were from the heroes and what the heroes were doing. You know, Batman wasn't Batman; he was Thomas Wayne, and even and Wonder Woman and Aquaman were at war, but they're not in the show. So who the heck? I mean, what are they going to do? And he gets worked up about this stuff anyway.
Fair enough.
Which, you know, he's an uber fan. When he likes something, he loves it to the end, basically. And so he was kind of like grinding it. You could hear him. He lives in Scotland, and I could hear him grinding his teeth.
Sorry, that's funny.
I wonder why these guys are yellow.
Because they're because we're neutral with them.
Oh,
The Mag'har, they're a faction.
I assume they'll turn not yellow once we get into this area.
I think so. Yeah, I think we do some quests for them.
Oh, nice.
Could be my guess.
Excellent.
One thing though, like I will say again with Demon Hunters, kind of neat, but basically Demon Hunter, one of their artifact weapon, looks like the ones that the big bad of this one.
Yeah, Iliad.
Yeah, Illidan. Yeah.
Well, Illidan. Well, to be honest though, I mean that's what Demon Hunters are. They're smaller versions of him.
Yes.
And at the end, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who they find the clothes to say, okay, this is what makes me look like him. That's what I want.
Yeah. Well, you could kind of already do that because those legendary weapons that dropped, and then there was but the only rogues, fighters. I want to say they gave it to monks or somebody. Anyway, there's only certain classes that could actually use that.
Mm-hmm.
But now, one thing I wanted to check because I thought I heard somewhere that. Basically, the expectation is that everyone's going to get the artifact weapon because there are no weapon drops in the next expansion.
Why wouldn't there be one? Why wouldn't there be?
Because you won't need them because your artifact weapon is the only weapon you're ever going to need for that expansion.
Well, as far as rating.
No, it's for everything.
Really?
Well, because it levels up with you and you basically spend points on it. So it's going to continuously power up as you go along. So it's always going to be relevant. It's kind of like almost like an heirloom kind of weapon. Except more powerful because you can...
And you get it at a level 100, so you're not leveling up with it.
I believe you get it at level 100, yeah.
Well, I mean, at that point, you're not even leveling. It is.
No, because the new cap is 110.
I thought it was 100.
No, we're already at 100.
Oh, well, I thought it would move to 100 because...
Nope.
So, Warlords was 100.
Warlords was 100.
Oh. Well, poop on me.
Yep. So... Whee!
I'm a
Yep.
what do you call it? Terrain flyer.
Yep. Down low. So the additional skins, by the way, that you can get for these weapons, some of them they're unlocked through various things, questing, dungeons, raid, PvP, stuff like that. So there are reasons to, there are reasons to do things like that, and then.
Unfortunately, you'd have to say something pretty amazing, and you haven't yet to get me away from Final Fantasy. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, no, that's getting way back to the original thing was that's one of the issues I have that has made me not buy the expansion yet. Number one is I expect to be absorbed in No Man's Sky for a while, and number two, other than the Demon Hunter, there's nothing in this patch that's like holy crap, gotta play. Like the artifact weapons are kind of neat, but that's just another thing to level on. It's another 10 levels of leveling for my characters, okay. Which, I mean...
Yeah, but, okay. I on one hand, I'm like, okay, I agree, and I see where you're coming from. On the other hand, I'm just like, every time we go back to leveling with our mains, the guys were just like, I miss this, as we're, like, blazing through stuff and killing things.
Yeah.
I mean, that for a long time, because we stopped questing, and then it just becomes, is there a flight path around here? Apparently just one in the upper left-hand corner.
Yeah, there's only one in
Really? See, I thought there was a couple.
Stonebreaker Hold. Well, there's a couple if you're Alliance.
Oh, that explains that. Anyway, so once we quest with our mains, then it becomes I miss this. This is great fun, but it's not something we we've done this every time. Pretty much we say that, and then once we get sucked into it, we're sucked into it.
Yeah.
Yep. But I do see your point. And but I'm just so, like I said, there's so much stuff I want to do with Final Fantasy. As it is, I kind of have a time limit because of Titanfall coming out in the end of October.
Oh yeah.
And so I gotta do as much as I can before that comes out, because I'm gonna be torn even more between playing one thing or another.
Right. Okay, so actually, here we go. So here's a full guide for artifact weapons. I'm just going to kind of skim through it just to give you an idea of how they work. You begin your Legion experience after the events of the Broken Shore, which I was, the expansion intro quest, like, hey, this is why we're here, blah blah blah.
Okay.
So basically, the quest line will allow you to seek out the artifact for your spec, and it says follow your destiny, whatever. Okay, and it says, for example, if you are a Retribution Paladin, you will be returning to the location of the Broken Shore to find and seek out Ashbringer, where it fell in battle and was lost, so that you can take it up and wield it.
The Thrall was okay. So okay.
Okay, so again, that's just an example. If you are a protection warrior, you will follow up on the legends of an ancient Vorkal king who was buried with a sword and shield forged from the scales of the dragon Neltharion, Deathwing. You will delve into his tomb and overcome the ancient curse that lay there in order to wield these weapons for yourself. If you're a Frost Death Knight, it will be the ultimate Frost Death Knight weapon, Frostmourne. Frostmourne was shattered, but the first thing you're going to do is go into Icecrown Citadel and find and seek out the shards of the weapon after the battle with the Lich King. You will take these shards up and have them reforged into a pair of rune blades.
To be honest, the idea, as you talk about it, it's like, that's pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah. So,
it's just like, it's finally getting to the point of this, I am a hero. I'm not just some schmuck who goes and delivers things or kills, helps, cull the population of the nearest, elk.
Yes.
I have a weapon of legend. Behold my might! Just like, yes.
You're absolutely right. That's kind of the purpose, is basically to kind of hammer home the fact that you are the hero of this story.
Yeah.
The only thing that's going to be an issue is when you go to the because they have all the class halls now, or they will, everyone's going to be running around with an Ashbringer.
Well, true, but they all look different. Some
of them will look different, but a lot of them are going to look like the starting one until you've actually gone around and done stuff.
True, but also,
and you can
because everybody has them, all right. And until some people start figuring out like optimum whatever, people are going to do different things.
Yeah, and I believe that someone said you can transmog them, so not everybody's going to be running around with it.
Right, and so while everybody will have an Ashbringer, some of them will look like Thunderwave or whatever the heck that is. Thunder Fury.
Only if they lift the ban on transmogging legendaries.
Well, that's just an example.
Yeah.
Whatever. The Katana one. Whatever the one that one is.
Right.
And so I kind of like the thought of that, where like a couple like, this thing happened. I am a hero. I'm going to go look for this this weapon of legend, and I have it.
Yes.
I'm just like, yeah, you know, it's very much, to be honest, like Lord of the Rings when the sword there gets reforged.
Yes.
And it's just like, look at this, and the bad guy goes, ah! You remember this? And like, oh, fuck you. So, you know, I see a point where, oh, man, I'm not going to get a new weapon, but the weapon's going to keep changing.
Well, no, I'm okay with not getting the weapon, just because, I mean, with transmog, my weapon has looked the same forever. But that's why there's no weapon drops in the Legion, is because the expectation is as part of the quest chain, you're going to go and do this. To
be honest, at the very least, I expect you to do all of those. I mean, even if you have No Man's Sky like on your brain, I can just see you going, I want at least all those weapons, and then I can stop, and then, you know.
Yeah, because it's always that easy.
Well, I mean, for you, I mean,
yeah.
You may not want to, like, oh man, I'm going to want to play this other game. But it's like, but first I want these weapons, and then I'll go back.
Yeah.
I mean, me, I got, like, my main character's not even 100. He's 97, so.
Well, yeah. So you've got stuff to do before you can even get to that point.
Right, exactly. Plus, I mean, I have a bunch of characters that I really enjoy. I just haven't played. I think Cathera is still 85.
Yeah.
No, less. 85 or something, because she's in Pandora. And Ginny's the same way, than my mage. And it's just like, my second highest level character is one where I had a free level jump to 90. And I picked my paladin to jump. Just because I'm like, okay, so I want to level these other characters, you know?
Right.
And so it's just like, I love these characters. I just, you know, I'm like, I have another character in a different game that I'm playing. Complete first world problem, by the way. So much free time. What do I do with it?
Yeah.
Gilgamesh would probably kill me. Anyway, it's been an hour. So thank you all for listening to this. This has been a pretty mellow time. Actually, you know what? I'm going to warp back here.
Yep.
Where we just kind of discuss stuff. And I hope you enjoyed it, though.
Yeah. We had a lot
I'm hoping next week we'll come back. But Xavier's on vacation, so I do not know.
Oh, well, if it's not a week from today, then it'll be at some point when I'm up visiting.
Right, yeah. So, who knows? Soon. Anyway, I hope you all have a great week. We'll talk to you later.
Have a good night.